time is nigh. Open up your eyes to see the signs of the times. Got to be wise to all of their lives. Look to the skies from where my help comes. Wake up, got to wake up from the slumber. Don't let them pull you under. Rise up above the water. Never let them wrestle you into the mud.
Right. All right. All right. I don't know. Is this live? I hope so. Can you hear me? Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Check 1, 2, 3. No. If you can hear me, I guess you got to do some kind of thumbs up or something or the other. I would know if you something or the other. I would know if you can hear me up there in cyberspace. This is a special edition of Politically Incorrect. I know it's a Tuesday night. We don't normally come on. As you can see, I'm in the kitchen. We got a lot of stuff here. We're going to try some magic, and we're going to see if we can put something together really quick and have a kitchen conversation. You know, number of things going on, and we don't know really what to make of it. So I figure in my downtime, we're going to just have a conversation. So go tell a friend to tell a friend. Be right back with you. Give me a second. Meanwhile, kind of get an idea of what we're about to cook here. I don't know if you kind of see what's going on. Be right back. All right, welcome back. Yeah, where we at? If we not correct us. So we in the kitchen. I'm not sure what we doing tonight. I don't know if you can hear me properly. I hope you can hear me clearly. But we gonna try something. Came in a little late, kind of needed munch. And I think I got the glitches out completely on the system. As you can see, this is not the system I'm usually on. I'm running a kind of a alternate something. It's an alternate something, kind of test driving it and see how it's going to work. So we're doing a little experiment tonight. So while we at it, we're going to talk. So where do we begin? The first thing first, we get some water. Trustworthy pot, stainless steel preferably. Try not to cook in aluminum because aluminum pots ain't good for you. You boil water in aluminum pots, you see it kind of turns the water kind of black. Well, you know what that is, right? So we try to avoid that as best we can. So let's go get some water. And argue and debate that the water is no good either. But we do the best we can with what we have. Right. Do the best we can with what we have. There's a word called alchemy. The alchemist. I like to think that we as beings can change dynamics of things to some degree. The Bible talks about you'll drink poison and it won't kill you. I'm not encouraging anybody to go testing that verse. If you know you're not up on that level, stay away from that. Got some water right here. We're gonna put this water on the stove. I'm gonna have to tilt this off and on, so just bear with me, huh? So now this is the same stove that about a year ago, about a year or so ago, well, almost exploded on the Rasta man, you know what I mean? Almost, yeah, almost exploded on the Rasta man. It wasn't, yeah, it was a close call, a very close call. But had to work out something to make something happen. So that's what's up. But I got it happening and had to fix it myself, believe it or not. I think I'm gonna need some salt for the water. Someone recently told me that I shouldn't use um, pink Himalaya salt. I'm like, man, we be breathing in the air, they be spraying, man. We gotta be just mindful as best we can, or work what we can, see what the best we can do with what we have. You know what I mean? Well, sprinkle a little salt in water, not much. It's a fidget. That's down on the side. Want to put a little coconut oil in the water. Yes, I'm doing pasta. Yeah, fire it, burn it properly. All right. So the first thing I do is put the water on just to make sure that that's bubbling. In the meantime, while I do some prepping on some stuff to make my sauce. While that's cover up, I let it start a little bit because what I'm going to do also is drop some curry, some masala into the water so that they kind of put a little flavor in the water as well, so that when the pasta absorb it, it gives the pasta an additional flavor. Now, I got some pepper jack cheese here. You know, that's one of my favorites. Otherwise, shouldn't consume as much cheese, so I try to limit it as best I can. But I'll save that one for later. I'm sure if you could see this one here. I'm trying to think. And the pasta I got from Carlton Supermarket, Black Rock. Pretty good place to go shopping. Shout to Carlton's. Big shout to Carlton Supermarket. Mr. Bino, senior and junior, the whole staff, good people. We just put that right there. I need more onions than this for sure. For sure. So I'm gonna get some more onions right here. I got a thing for onions, man. So I just want, I'm gonna get a larger one. Right now, I notice that food, man, they said food scarce, right? And you can't seem to find your local produce. I ain't get the okras I would have liked to put in this, but hey, I'm just throw some peppers together, some cabbage, some plantains, and might put some lentils in it. I'm not sure yet. Not sure yet, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Now, unfortunately, I can't really see the comments as yet, but at some point I'm gonna switch. So just bear with me if you're making comments. If you can't hear me, I'm unaware of that at this point. It'd be crazy though, wouldn't it? But nevertheless, give me a second. I'm gonna check in a minute. Just peel these onions. Onions, man. Layers, layers, layers. Just when you think you got it figured out, there's more to go. That's just life, you know what I mean? Right now, a lot of stuff going on around the world, in the region, right here in Barbados, right in your home, right in your own personal life. And everybody's trying to cope with it. A lot of people are trying to manage their situations now as best they can. And all we could do is hope. All we could do is hope that we get it right. You know what I'm saying? So as best you can, try to be your brother and sister keeper. Try to help each other along this path. I find a lot of people, oh, this onion right here is kind of, see that right there? I ain't even sure. You know, I ain't even sure, man. Yeah, let me see if I can salvage most of this. I hope this is still good. What I'll do is I'll take off the outside and I'll leave the inside part. It looks like it started to sprout or something. Maybe it wasn't quite fully right. I don't know. See, yeah, take that out. Take that out. I could save the rest of this. Salvage this piece here. Now, I had another cooking board, but somebody loved it more than I did. I got it from my brother James. He actually handcraft wooden cooking boards, cutting boards. I prefer to use the wood than the plastic. I think that's for obvious reasons. But we do what we can, how we can, with what we got. So see if I can get this thing going here now in real time. Yeah, this onion right here, I feel a little aged a bit, not as crispy as I would have hoped it to be. But we're gonna still work with it. We're gonna work with it. We're gonna work with it. We're gonna work with it. Make it happen, right? Don't worry, I ain't gonna chop my fingers. You know, I ain't no top chef, but I know how to cut an onion or two. I mean, make this thing happen here, man. All right, righty. Down the center, and dice this one right here. Right. Well, ain't too bad. Sometimes I use the bullet and just turn all this stuff into a paste. If I'm making like a pesto, I'm not really making a pesto this time, just a vegetable pasta. So that's what's up. So I got my onions all kind of diced up. They're not too bad. What I'm gonna do is I usually put stuff to saute a bit. Well, I kind of put it in another stainless steel bowl. So I mix it all up in here. And what I do is put some seasoning, herbs and stuff on it. Now I didn't get my chives either, which I would prefer to use natural chives. So I have some, powder seasonings, garlic and herbs, garlic and herbs. No MSG. Make sure you check. No MSG. Let me take my curry right now, real quick, and just put some in the pot. That's just to add a little flavor to the water. Rather than boiling the pasta in plain water, I throw some curry and some masala into the pot. Yeah, put some masala inside the thing and you know add some flavor. This is the ground masala. Y'all know how it goes. Yeah, yeah. I find the masala gives it a hmm, bit of a different flavor. You know what I mean? So that's what's up. So I'm gonna put this stuff one side for a minute. Let the onions kind of absorb the garlic and stuff. Let that mix all up in there. You know what I mean? Let that chop up and put that one side for now. Time to get the red peppers, man. Yeah, these peppers right here imported. Unfortunately, we don't have enough local produce, but best we can. As best we can. Now this is one with three on the bottom of it. So this is according to what I've been told, it's a female pepper, whereas the ones with four are the males. Now it depends on if you're going to saute or you're going to just add it direct to a stew. So that one, the flavors are different based on what your intentions are. So I'm actually going to stir fry this stuff first before I actually put it in the sauce. So I'm going to stir fry it and then mix it inside of a sauce. But we see how that goes. So I'm going to take probably two sections out of this. I may not use the whole thing. Tell me what you think. Should I use the whole thing or just use a part of it? I mean, one of the things I do with the seeds sometimes is I sprinkle some of the seeds in the actual, depends on what it is, um, in the actual mix I have. I don't know if it adds flavor or not. I just, in my mind, I just think it's okay. I don't know. We'll see. Cut this into strips now. So somebody said that the price of eggs were going up in Barbados. Apparently, the government decided it wasn't going to raise the price of eggs. Is that true? Because I mean, I told someone they might decide not to raise the price of eggs, but this is the season for cakes, so they might just raise the price of cakes. So although you think you're getting over because they didn't raise the price of eggs, they might raise the price of cake. So in essence, no pun intended, you might be actually paying for the eggs. I don't know. Tell me what you think about that. I don't know, man. I hate folks talking about money getting borrowed, millions of dollars being borrowed. All governments borrow money. BLP, DLP, they all borrow money for infrastructure and all bunch of other alleged reasons. That ain't nothing new. So I don't know why people acting like the government borrowing money is new. Question is, well, why you borrowing so much? The funny thing is, at least with Miss Motley, you know what she borrowing. Because when last we checked, it was the last administration. It wasn't until they left that people found out when Miss Motley went in with that interview with Mr. Ellis, just how much money was borrowed that the people never knew nothing about. Ask Chris Sinclair about that. They said Barbadians have a short memory. I don't have one, though. If y'all didn't, go back and check that interview. Remember how much money they said was borrowed? It was only after she went into office when she said she had the bag of receipts. I remember that interview. She got the bag of receipts. Yeah, all right. Anyhow, let me hurry up and do what I'm doing here. So basically, I'm putting this stuff in here together now as well, so I can put that together and basically mix this right here together. You know what I'm saying? Just put it all together. Yeah, that's it there, man. A bit. Yeah, the green pepper right now. I'll use this one. So yeah, the money, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not defending no administration for excessive borrowing. What it looks like to me is like there's some long-term plans for Barbados that perhaps we're not aware of. I saw a video on YouTube that spoke to the fact of, well, I can't share it now in the kitchen. They had about maybe 10 mega projects that were slated for Barbados development. That was aired like maybe a year ago. I came across this video, or maybe a little over a year. And there were several projects that they talked about. I was thinking, I never heard anything about that one. But there are people overseas that might be aware of things going on in Barbados that Barbadians are not cognizant of. So as much as we think that they're borrowing money and a bunch of money being borrowed, that the people will have to pay back, there's obviously plans for Barbados that we might not be aware of. We don't sit in those meetings, family. These ministers don't come tell you the fullness. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of money exchanging hands, and a lot of folks ain't saying nothing. So it's a matter for us to start paying attention and see what's going on. What's up with the office of the Auditor General? I mean, want to be truthful. Again, I'm saying we didn't see that in a while. We didn't, you know what I mean? We didn't see that in a minute. We did not see that in a minute. I don't know, man. Let me mix this up real quick. 600 million, 200 this, 200, 150 that, 100 million this here. I mean, at this point, we can't even keep up. Here's the funny part. Here's the best part. Regardless of what people say Mia must go at the election poll, and that's pretty much the mantra from those who are perhaps openly disgruntled, because I'm sure there are folks who are secretly and quietly disgruntled. By the way, these are my favorite flavor peppers here. Like, see these peppers right here? These peppers right here, they look hot, right? I mean, these flavor peppers are so flavorful. You ain't gotta even cut them to smell them. Y'all could almost smell them, right? I mean, could almost smell the same, man. Jeez, son. Ay, 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 ay. We just put this here one side real quick. Drop these up. We're gonna check on this water, make sure it don't overflow. Hang on a second. Right, right, right. I used to put onions in the water before, but then I kind of stopped that. Let's focus on put them in the sauce because I find that I just left the flavor with the seasons and stuff in the water. Like I said, that for the pasta that absorb that. But when it comes to my flavor peppers, I don't play. If I ain't got flavor peppers, I just don't feel like cooking. So just gonna gut these real quick, take these seeds out. In these cases, it's kind of hold the stem in the middle, like so. Just pop it right up on one side. I usually use a mixture of green and red ones, but I didn't have the more green ones. So that's gonna, because although they're green, they give a different flavor as well. So flavor peppers do add flavor to your food. Some have a little kick, so they get more seeds out, but not all. Some these ones have a little kick though. Nothing that's, you know, unbearable, but they got a little kick to it, man. Just a little kick to it. Enough to make you say, woo. Yeah, man. Yeah, folks, right now, man, the funds, the money, the money, the money. Follow the money, they say. Follow the money. So much going on in Barbados. The school situation with the children, that's a whole other conversation. The principals, the teachers that are not teachers but pretending to be teachers ain't teaching nothing. You know, the curriculum that's supposed to be taught, who is evaluating the curriculum, who's checking behind the teachers to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing and not getting school short, changing the students or children. And then when the exam comes, children failing term after term, and we blaming the children, not realizing the teachers ain't really teaching. A lot of people get vexed when they call professions, right? Teachers, a lot of teachers ain't teachers. The ones that are actually working, but know full well I'm obviously not talking about them. But if you feel a type of way, I'm telling you, it's probably you we talking about. You know you ain't been doing your work. You know what I'm saying? You been in school, texting all day long in front of the children, putting work on the board and yelling and screaming, and you ain't doing no work. Once a week, you might explain something briefly, maybe, maybe, and that's a big maybe. Okay, you see how this looks, family? I'm telling you, man, I love the flavor peppers. I find they add. I can smell this. Y'all can smell this? Jeez, son. I put in all of that inside there. Yes, all of it going inside there, man. Mix this thing up here real quick. Make you see how it look. See how it look? But wait, there's more. What I got here, family? What I got here, look. My favorite, man. My favorite. Purple cabbage. Yeah, yeah. Purple cabbage. Oh man, let me see how you gonna do this. How you gonna cut it in half? Because I'm not gonna use the whole thing. Put the other half in a Ziploc bag. Save it for another day. Yeah, so I'm gonna cut this into strips, like slices. Okay, hang on. Oh, this right here, that's my avocado oil. I'm gonna use that to do the saute when I drop this stuff in the pan to get it sorted out. Now, what I generally do is I don't always cut this up small. I usually cut it in strips and then just cut it in half. That's it. Because then what I do then is I take the bowl and I use it and I let it kind of like fluff, like just loosen it up a bit. I let it just like fluff. So when I go to saute these veg, understand I ain't gonna do it too long, just enough to kind of give it a little flavor, let it infuse a bit with the seasons and marinades and whatnot. And then I'll just put it one side and I'll add it to the pasta direct after the fact. But you'll see in a minute how I do this. The clock looking good, so I got a little time. The battery looking okay. Got a little time, so I can play with it. I like to eat this raw as well. When I'm finished, these little fine pieces that I don't use, I like to eat those raw. Right now, this is what we're looking like right here. I don't know if you can see this. You can see this how it looking. How we looking? We looking good? I don't know if you can see it properly. I hope you can. Not the best camera quality, but and there's one more thing that has to go into that dish, but I'll do that after the fact. Let me just check on the pasta water. Let's see what's up here, right? Let me just check. Right, so the water is boiling. Uh, basically. So it's time to add pasta. So we can go ahead and just add the pasta. Because I tend to love my cooking, and so does my offspring. I gotta cook enough. So I'm gonna do 2 packs. Get it? 2 packs. Put to me rolling, man. Right. Okay, so because it's pasta, it has a tendency to, overflow. Let me just rinse off this cutting board for a second. Because it has the tendency to boil up and kind of boil over. Yeah, I let it close for a few minutes first, just a few minutes, and then I, hook it up on a different level. So while that does that, I'm going to go in the fridge here and get my sun-dried tomatoes. Me personally speaking, I absolutely love sun-dried tomatoes. I find that it gives the food, again, it gives the food flavor, a different kind of flavor. Some folks like fresh tomatoes. I don't mind sometimes, but I definitely prefer sun-dried. Put this stuff up here one side. So I do have some sun-dried here, but I want the fresh ones that I have in the fridge so I could chop those ones up, kind of cook them in the pot a little bit. So make this stuff happen. Hold this stuff right here. Yeah, hold that there. Be right back. Give me 1 second. All right. All right. All right. So I got my sun-dried tomatoes. I got these ones originally from Cost You Less. These were absolutely delicious. I mean, I don't see them anymore like before, but these ones right here, I mean, these ones right here. So my thing is, I gotta find a way to get a machine, do my own sun dry because I eat them so much. I gotta get my own sun dry thing going on. That's what's up. Now, I want y'all to know that this food will not be complete without a few special ingredients. So when it comes to the saute part, when I get to the sun dry, I got a new product from my good people across the water. I gotta give it to you tonight. I gotta put you onto it. This one is called pepper. It's a pepper marinade, but it's a lemon pepper marinade. Just put it real quick. Y'all can see this right quick. This is by Vinci Fresh, coming to Barbados soon in the not too distant future. If you want your bottles of this stuff, hit me up. The numbers, but if the numbers not on the screen, but y'all know my number by now, man. 838-8253. Holla at me or call the number. Call, what's the number? The other number is what? Oh, the farm. Just dial on your keypad, the farm, and you should be able to reach someone that give you some information on this product and other products. One of the other products that I love personally is this one, which is the tamarind sauce. This one is actually tamarind barbecue. I can't even front. This is sweet tamarind barbecue, BBQ. I can't imagine what this tastes like. But I ain't cooking the meat, so don't think I ain't here grilling. You know, I gonna infuse this in my sauce. Don't worry about all of that. But this is the sweet tamarind barbecue sauce, BBQ sauce. This one is the lemon pepper. You know what I'm saying? But this going in my saute tonight. I'm telling you, this going in the saute tonight. So we gonna see what's up in a minute. But anyhow, I got the sun dry right here. I got it. For So I want to get some warm water. So I'm put the kettle on. Need to get some warm water. Hang on a second. They got a few of these left on here. Man, oh man, oh man. Okay, but hang on a second. Let me see if I could ice this up. Yeah, I use them so many. I don't. Yeah, man. They going. They're almost gone, man. They're almost gone, man. Family, they're almost gone. Yeah. So, like I was saying, family, I went down trying to get some goods for the market. I'm not seeing a lot of the stuff I would like. So we got to start looking at cooking even a little different in terms of how we cook and stop eating out so often. I ain't knocking a fast food restaurant. I'm just saying, family, we got to start cooking more food that we could threat to make something happen. Let me just crack the lid on the pasta right now while I give it a second stir so it doesn't overflow. Right? I've heard people say that if you put a wooden spoon on it, it doesn't overflow. But I think I've mastered the art of this thing by now, so that should be all right. I'm gonna dice up a few of these small ones, like I said. Just kind of cut them up pretty small, so that when I put them in the saucepan, they kind of just get a little tender. I like them tender. When I got the big pieces, like I leave the chunks, so they kind of served for me as like my meat in my pot because I don't eat meat, I don't eat fish, so I leave large chunks of tomatoes or large chunks of vegetables so that it serves to me as something a bit more solid to chew on. So I'll saute to the point where I can play with it like that. These are some other sun-dried tomatoes. They're not bad. I find they're very expensive because of the size of the jar. I mean, what I pay for this, I pay for that large jar. So it's like I don't think it's valuable. I mean, well, economical in terms of the quantity what I'm getting exchange. But right now, everything going up, prices going up, cost of living going up. The only thing, the light bill going up, water going up. But the only thing that has not gone up is the salary. Ain't hear nobody talk the salary. The salary like it remaining the same. So everything going up. but the salary. Like, what's up with that, man? What's up with that? Okay, hang on. Yeah, what's up with that, man? Everything going up, but the salary. Make it make sense. So if the cost of living goes up, but your salary don't go up, then how you expect to survive? Like how they expect you to survive? They expect you to come to work and do the same thing you've been doing for the same amount of money, although everything has gone up. Even the goods and the store that you're working in going up. The price of the items going up. Your salary is still the same. Make it make sense. You know what I mean? Forget all the money they're borrowing and who gonna pay it back. We know who gonna pay it back. I mean, same folks who've been paying it back. That is the only reason they include us in the equation in the first place. Because like I said, prior to independence, you ain't had to pay that back. That wasn't your responsibility. All the money they were doing, the Buckingham Palace, the Queen, all that stuff, that wasn't your responsibility. But they decide to integrate you into the system. Yeah, come on in. Come on in. For the time you came into the system, oh, by the way, we gotta pay back this little loan here. You don't mind giving me a little 8% tax on the dollar. So we're gonna tax you for the income. We're gonna tax you for the national insurance. We're gonna tax you on the part we already tax you on when you go to the store. We're gonna tax you on the part when you pay your bills that you already was taxed on. We're gonna tax you, man. Look, man. But don't worry about it. It is all for the infrastructure and development of the country that you don't financially benefit from. I'm just saying, family, somebody, you know, how we gonna fix this, family? How we gonna fix this? How we gonna fix this? I gotta keep an eye on this pasta because the one thing I don't like is overcooked pasta. I do not like that. Nah, nah. So let me check on this. Yeah, let me check on this. So what I do now is take out one of them, take one, go to the sink, wrap my hand, cool it, and I do a taste test. Right. So it's still undercooked, but I want it undercooked, but not too undercooked. I want a few more minutes. The reason why, the pepper, man, the pepper, I should have, woo, the pepper, man. All right. Yeah, the pepper was on my fingers, man. Let the pepper go, let's kick to it. Mm. Yeah. The reason why I undercook the pasta, because what I do is, what I said, I infuse the vegetables when I saute with my lemon pepper just now. I literally can't wait to get this going. And then I pour that and mix that with the pasta. When I do the cream sauce, and I'm probably gonna do a rosé sauce tonight, most likely. I haven't decided yet. Some Alfredo or whatever else. But because I do the sauce separate, then I pour it into the pasta. The heat continues to cook the pasta. So if I cook it fully, then I put some more heat on it, it gets overcooked. So I undercook it, then I add the sauce to it, and then therefore I get it to come out the way I desire it, to my likings. So we're gonna open this right here real quick. I'm telling you, this is gonna light up the whole house, man. I'm telling you. Shout out to Vinci Fresh while we at it, man. Cannot not shout out Vinci Fresh. Good people. If they could only see me now, right? Oh man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you all something, family. Coming to a store near you in a few weeks. If you need a bottle for the holiday, make sure you holler at me. We gonna make some things happen. This right here is what's up, man. And if you want to try the other one as well, the tamarind barbecue, for those who love the pigtail and all the other things, I'm just saying this is what's up right here. That's what's up. Straight up. So I'm gonna put this in the pan. Let me just get my saute going on right now because this pasta's almost ready. Looks almost ready. We want one taste test. We get one for the bottom. We get one for the bottom. Yes, I remember the pepper. Perfect. Perfect. Right. So we just switch those, well, switch it over. I wanted this drain off this water really because again, I don't want the pasta to sit in the hot water. Otherwise, it's going to continue to cook. So give me a second. Huh? Put this thing right here, real quick. Tip the lid a little bit. Right. I smell the masala, man. It's already got a flavor. It all got a flavor. Mm. All right. So while that's on the stove cooling off a little bit, to get my saute pan. This right here is where the magic happens. Yeah, understand. Let's do. But before I like that, I gotta put a secret ingredient in the pasta. One more secret ingredient. Now, like I said, because it's really hot, fresh off the stove, and I'm going to pour the sauce in it. One of the things I do is I add coconut powder to the pasta. Folks say, "No, you can't do that. You got to boil that first and all kind of stuff." Yeah, well, when I pour that sauce in there, you're gonna see what time it is. You're gonna see what time it is. So I can either put this in the sauce and boil it with the Alfredo, which I don't want to do because I don't want the flavor to infuse. I want it to complement separately. I add this to the pasta. So I got some coconut powder right here. So I'm actually going to sprinkle it inside the freshly cooked pasta. This little tips to give me all the little tips, all right? This what the food, this what love food, this how you make love food. Let me just put it that way. So I sprinkle that inside there because it's so hot and full of steam. Yeah, that's what's up. So I'm just gonna let that turn around and turn around and turn around and turn around. And the heat is literally just going to dissolve the coconut. Like you won't even see it no more. There you go. Leave a little space in the pot because, like I said, I don't want it to overcook too much, but I want it to definitely get some more heat. So I'm gonna light back the stove for the saucepan. So I'm doing some sauteing now. So this is what I'm gonna use. Some avocado oil. Find that it's quite interesting. I used to use the coconut oil exclusively, but again, I want to infuse flavors to complement each other. So that's what's up. So the first thing I'm going to do is the vegetables first, and that's what's up. Get that going. And we're going to put the the avocado oil. Then once it gets a certain stage, we're going to infuse the lemon pepper marinade. I cannot wait. I wish y'all could smell the aroma from that right now. I've not even put no heat on it yet. Like that's what's up though. So we going. Let me get there in a minute. Now, one of the secrets I do to saute is I let the stainless steel pan get hot first. I don't put any water, I don't put any oil in it. I just leave it. And then I take my hand, get wet, and I throw some water into the hot pan. When the water starts to dance on the surface of the pan, it's when I know that the steel has been heated up to the point where it has basically expanded so that the food doesn't stick to the bottom. So that's a little inside secret as well. I let it heat, not to get too smoky, but then I'll take the water and test it. Once the water starts to bounce around on it, perfect. Just little beads, no whole big set of water. You know, it's kind of wet your hand a little bit, and you can kind of, nah, that ain't ready yet, but it just absorbed it. Shh, that ain't ready yet. So give it another couple of seconds. In the meantime, I just want to stir this mixture up that we had before. Y'all remember this? Hope y'all can see this carefully. You know, all vegetables. Normally I have the broccoli in here, the cauliflower. I'm not seeing a lot of stuff, man. Like, no, no, oh no. The next thing I'm gonna do is cut the plantains and add the plantains with the sun-dried tomatoes when I go to saute those, okay? Okay. There it is now, man. It's skating around, man. The water's skating around. So it's time for the avocado. I don't have the camera by the stove, so y'all gonna have to work with me, all right? Right. All right. That's gonna start to sizzle a little bit. We'll let that sizzle a little bit. I'll work on camera number 3 next time so I can line it up. We're gonna put the camera over there, probably with a little tripod or something. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So while that is there, kind of getting this little thing going, getting a little warm, I'm going to just add some more season to this one, some more garlic, because I love garlic. Put some more garlic in here. What I find is garlic and onions when it comes together, you know. I wish I had a piece of ginger. I think the ship came today, but I didn't get ginger from downtown. I love some ginger, just a little bit. But anyhow, I got some ginger, probably not lemon pepper. I'm sure they do ginger because they love ginger. All right. That's what we're looking like, family. Looking fresh to death. Fresh, fresh, fresh. Live well, man. All right. If y'all can hear that sizzling, make it sizzle, man. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Real thing, man. That was bad. So like I said, just enough to stir fry it, just to add some of the vegetables as crispy as possible without, compromising it, cooking it too long. And so let me put these sun-dried tomatoes in here now. Get ready to dice my plantain in the meantime. Give me a second. Now the thing with the plantain is that I don't want the plantain too ripe, too firm. So what I do is put the plantains in the fridge so they could stay ripe but keep sweet. Because I don't use sugar when I'm cooking. I use the sweetness in the plantains to kind of cut the acid in the tomato sauce. So I use the plantains for that purpose. So I'm going to put 3 plantains, so not fully ripe, and they're not green either. So they may look like they're green. It's just right. Hang on a sec. So just want to stir this stuff up, mix it up properly. Because basically what I'm doing now, I'm making layers. So I do the pasta, I add a little coconut, then I add the vegetables, mix it all up. Then I add the Monterey, the pepper jack cheese. Then I add the sauce on top of it. Let that heat from the sauce then bring it all together. So be on the home stretch at this point. So I got to just cut it. And so what I do basically, cut it down the center, uh, rather skillfully, carefully, because this is where the knife gets a little slippery. Want to get away from you. You got to watch your fingers. So I cut it basically down the center. Second. And I cut it into sections. So that the small pieces, small bite-sized pieces, although they're cut in half, you may not see that right now, but once it goes into the frying, the same pan, it'll sort itself out. Just cut this part off there. Yeah, I know. I want to get the comments in a second. Give me a minute. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. Going to see what's going on. Yeah, that one with a cut. Cut down the center, half, and cut it in small pieces. Yeah. So what I also do is sprinkle some seasoning on top of it because this is a little different. I let this cook a little longer. But I also put some stuff on it, especially garlic, the plantain. I find that garlic and plantain goes well together. Let me stir it. Okay. It's almost ready. It's almost ready. Almost ready. Give me a second to wash my hands. Right. So, in review, so we see where we at right now. I'm watching the battery as well, so we get a little skinny right here. So I'm gonna start push this in the high gear. So our plantains are here marinating. The sun-dried tomatoes on the side. It's time to add this now. This lemon pepper marinade to the stir fry. Oh man, I wish y'all could smell this. Oh man. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Listen, from the time it entered the saucepan, the aromatherapy, the whole kitchen smelled like lemon pepper. I could smell garlic. I could smell or something. Oh man. I wish y'all could smell this, man. I don't even know. Let me put it right here, man. Can y'all see this, man? I wish y'all could smell it. This thing is so appetizing. Oh man. My goodness. That's what's up right there. Listen, if you all could only smell that. I'm telling you, man. Listen, listen, put your order in early. Make sure you reserve your bottle of lemon pepper. I'm telling you, this right here, this is gonna be a big hit. I can tell you already. Again, shout out to my people over there, man. Busy Fresh. I'll see y'all soon, man. I'll see y'all soon. So that's right there now. Oh, man. Right. Let me just turn this real quick 2 more times. Man. So this is what we looking like here, family. This is what we looking like here. I hope y'all can see this, man. Like I really hope y'all can see this. I mean, it is ready. It's ready. Let me see like let me see like the focus on. So basically, this right here, what it looks like. This is what the pasta look like. You can't even see the coconut on it right now. As you can see, you can't see it. Not there. That's so long, but it's burnt. So basically now, I want to add this stuff is to the pasta. It's like that. So it's all it goes. Basically mixing it. This stuff gets mixed right in. Hang on. There you go. This here gets mixed in. Right in. On the base. Done. Right in. I'll probably do a better job with both hands. So let's just give you all the idea. Let's put a bit more stuff in here. Don't worry. I'll take that out in a second. Hang on. Just rest this back here. I guess that's it. All right. Well, y'all can see that. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Like I said, normally I would have more veg, like broccoli and cauliflower, that kind of stuff. Mix that all inside, mix it up inside the pasta. Mix that up, mix that up. This is my veg pan. Okay, all right. Trying to work with one hand. Give me a second. So again, cover it halfway so that it doesn't continue to accelerate the cooking process. That's how that's going to go down. Now the fun part. Now because I took that stuff out before, there was a little saute stuff in there before. I don't clean out the saucepan. I leave that and I simply put the sun-dried tomatoes, which are already marinated in oil. I don't want to use too much oil on top of that. So when I light back the stove, I put it on low because what I really want now is this stuff, especially this stuff here, to kind of like get tender a bit, give it a little body. So put the plantains together, mix this up in here, make sure I mix all that season up together. I want to put this in the same, separate these pieces. Like I said, once you start to put them in the pan and they separate, see, I could do some more plantain, right? I could see like I need another plantain. I need one more plantain. That's not sufficient. Oh, yeah, yeah. This one seems a little soft. I don't know. It's not too soft. All right. This one here seems a little soft. I'm gonna still work with it. Still work with it. Soft and sweet, man. I got right there. Put this together right here like this. Right. While those actually white up, I think I'm gonna put some more because it doesn't look like it's sufficient. I love sun dried, so I'm gonna take up some more really quick and then chop them up. Just take them directly into the. In fact, I might just use this whole jar. Yeah. You never know who's coming for dinner, right? Guess who's coming for dinner? All right, place yourself really quick. Shout out to the elves, man. The elves, man. Elves and the bays. Y'all already know, man. Oh, I can smell the pepper, man. Got my nose here, feel like ticklish. Oh, man. Hang on a second. So I'm going to let that do its thing for a second. Yeah, that's right. And to saute for a little bit together. And then we're going to put the plantain in. We're going to start on the sauce. Get it skinny, so we're going to have to wrap it up shortly. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Let me see if I can do a little battery thing to save this here. Let me try to get the adapter. Hang on. Okay. I got the charger with a long cable. I got the charger with a long cable. Hey, hey, baby. To buy you some time. But I will say this, right? Y'all are hilarious, man. I just took a look at some of the comments. Yes, this is the idol shop, man. But hang on. No, I don't have the secret ingredient. This ain't KFC, man. Don't be easy, man. You too much. Too much, man. I need a win. Okay, yeah, this right here. Never leave food on the stove unattended, family. This is as a serious note, man. Never do that. Always pay attention to what you're doing on the stove. It's a very dangerous thing, right? But that wasn't good what I just did. But anyhow, I know y'all were watching, right? Right? Right. So this is finished. Turn the stove off again. Part of the other side this time. So I'm gonna add some right tomatoes that I've sauteed. The mix. Like I said, doing this in layers. I'll just let that sit there. Right now it's the plantain time. Now I will add a little coconut oil, just a little bit, for the plantains, as they might need a little longer to work. Then I'll start to prepare my sauce. Y'all see how I do that. It's, yeah, I might do the classic. I got a classic sauce here. I've never tried this one before. Uh, never tried this one, but it's supposed to be good. I don't know. Said never tried it. I don't like experimenting with stuff, but the one I would normally use, I don't have. So you gotta work the way you got, right? Right, so it's plantain time. Right, so the plantain is going in. It's that. Now this usually happens pretty quick, so you got to keep an eye on it, okay? I don't want to fry it too long in the pan, so I got to keep an eye on that for sure. One of the things I like to do when I'm using products from the store, can or otherwise, just kind of rinse them off a little bit. You know, never know. Have a sponge, soap, rinse them off. The other thing I like to do is check for the expiration or the best by date, just to make sure that when I add this to I'm not adding something that's already past due. Sometimes it might still be good, I don't know, but I don't want to distort my flavor by using something that I should be putting in my pot. So always double check and make sure. And when you open it, make sure that they have that pop to make sure that the seal wasn't broken before. So always check for that. I do what is called a granny test. And granny would always do one thing and nothing else, you know? She would give it a smell. You know? So again, just kind of check to make sure the dates are right. You know, you rinse it, check the date, make sure that when you open it, that you hear that pop to make sure that it hasn't been opened before. Then do the granny thing by giving it a smell test. So just hold on. The plantain is almost finished because I think this happens pretty quick. Happens pretty quick. Like I said, I don't want the plantain to be fully fried, but I just want it to be slightly sauteed in a sense. Now, I could have done this all in my show you. Done this. I got a new addition to the kitchen. I ain't tested yet, but it's this carbon steel wok. It's a wok, you know, and I want to test it, but I want to make sure I got my what I want to do. I want to do a stir fry right with the pineapple, the broccoli, the peppers, the white basmati, you know, so that the colors kind of pop right out of the rice. But I want to do that. I just didn't do it yet. But maybe next time I'll do the rice and we could try a thing. I don't know. So let's like turn this into a cooking network, right? The plan is looking real good. It's looking really, really good. Like I say, you don't want it too long inside the heat, but I want it just enough to give it a little, you know, just right. We don't taste food. We know exactly when it's right. You know, the ancestors whisper and tell you, it ready. That's how you know when it's ready. I made one little mistake. I took the cheese out too early, so it's kind of soft. So I'll put it back in the freezer, get it a little bit more solid. So when I hold it and grate it grates a lot easier. Right. Having said that, I need to clean this mess up a little bit because I don't like working in a mess. So I need to put some stuff away that I'm not using anymore. Up and out of sight. Away the peppers and stuff. You can put it back in the fridge. Put the stuff back in the refrigerator. The green pepper. right? Let me kind of clean this mess up right here real quick. Yeah. So Barbados family, like I said, the schools, man, the teachers, I don't know what to tell you, man. A lot of these principals, like I said, a lot of people in Barbados, they took that other thing. I ain't calling the thing name, but a lot of them going through some psychological stuff, man. As a result of that, I think a lot of people are going through having a mental breakdown, man. This plant looks so good here. So this is how the plantain looks at this point. I don't know if you can see it. If y'all can see that, how it looks. So now this also goes, turn the stove off again, make sure you don't work over an open flame. Little tips. So I'm going to add this now as well on top. Just put it on top. Along with the sun-dried tomatoes. We haven't stirred those in it yet. Just kind of put it, and we spread it out flat across the top. Now at this point, I'll probably leave it open a little bit because leave it open a little bit more than I normally would. I take the additional excess oil. I pour it in my trusty cup on the side of the sink. Pour this on the side. See. At this point, we put a little bit of water bottom of the saucepan. And what that's going to do is loosen up anything that was stuck to the bottom. And I'm going to pour that off, then add the sauce because bear in mind there's some flavor inside there. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy. Sounds crazy. So let that water boil there for a little bit. I'm going to go and check the comments real quick. I'll be right with you in a second. Let me see. This one is looking good. I was just looking. Don't look too bad. Okay. Let me just make sure I could share the battery charge with this one as well. Yeah. Give it a little boost. Give it a little boost. Be right back. Remember, family, this right here is the winner. If you want a second winner, there you go. You got two winners right there. BRB. Yo, y'all ain't easy at all, man. No, this in the oxtail, man. Tell me you ain't easy. Sean, cut it out. I see you, Pedro. All right, so this is ready right here. This ready, man. So like I said, boil some water. Basically clean up the saucepan. Pour out that water back on the stove. And we now good to go. So the first thing I'm gonna put in is the tomato sauce. Now again, I'm gonna put a little bit of avocado oil, just a little bit initially. There you go. Just a drizzy, just to cover the bottom of the saucepan. Just to cover the bottom of the saucepan. Then I'm gonna add the tomato sauce and let that boil for a bit, and then add the Alfredo. By mixing the two, what that does is create something called like a rosé sauce. It comes out kind of a mustard, well, not really mustard, kind of a, yeah, kind of like a pumpkin color, an orange kind of color, as you can imagine. So, like, add the tomato sauce, and again, I put on the water earlier and boil some water so I can pour it in the jar. Times rough, family, and swing it around. Get all that extra sauce on the sides. Plus, I usually add water anyhow to it. So this, rather than adding plain water, I boil the water, swing it on the jar, and then I add that water to the pan. So I add a little more. That wasn't sufficient. Sometimes you get these sauces in glass jars or metal jars. I try to look for the ones in glass jars rather than the sauces in metal jars. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, but if you get one some in metal jars, what you can do is soak it and clean it out, get off the label, and you have a jar now. If you're into preserving food and that kind of stuff, because that kind of time, family, I'm dropping nuggets. So y'all paying attention. You can save the jars. You ain't gotta buy them for $5 or $6 or $7 or $8. You keep them. You can store them. If you want to store food, you can put them in a glass jar, put it in your fridge, or put it in your pantry or your in case of emergency. So make sure it's glass. So I put that by the sink. Don't keep that. Now, while that sauce is sauteing, normally by now I would start to grate the Monterey Jack into the pasta, but I had to put it back in the fridge. So I'm going to check it to make sure it's good. We're gonna go from there. First, yeah. Get my trusty ground grater, deep freezer, bucking man. It's one of those granny graters that you can't play with though. If you're a novice, don't do it. Keep your hands inside the vehicle at all times. Yeah. All right. So we gonna open this up. Now, I personally try not to use a whole lot of cheese, but yes, occasionally I do use some. But if I'm going to use cheese, I'm trying to be as selective as possible. I definitely like Monterey Jack. I'm going to grate this on top of the plantain. In fact, wait a minute. Let me mix that in first because this is going to melt quickly. And I don't want to. Uh, I'm missing a spoon. What do I need a spoon? Got it. Okay, so mix this up nice from top to bottom, from bottom to top. Mix it all in. Yeah, that's what's up. I'm going to grade this stuff right there. Right. I can probably bring that over here and grade it. Let's see if I can pull that over. Let's see if I can pull that over. Hang on. You have to put a cloth down. Right. All right. This is what we're looking like. Those dark red patches are the sunflower. Sorry, the sun-dried tomatoes, sunflower. I wonder why I'm thinking about sunflower. The inside joke, man. So we're going to grade this right here real quick. Oh, man. Keeping an eye on the sauce on the stove too, right? Don't forget, you got something on the stove, so don't get caught up in what you're doing and forget that the sauce start to burn. That we don't want. So I'm gonna just pause for a second. Go take a look real quick. Hang on. Yeah, the sauce is looking exceptionally good. It's like, but I got the flames on low, so I want it to marinate for a little bit. We soon finish up here, family. We only home stretch. Only home stretch. Put this Monterey Jack in here. Nice it up, nice it up, nice it up. When I add that sauce that's straight off the stove, it's going to cause everything here to basically come together. Like I said, because this was on the cook deliberately, it's going to finish the cooking. You know, bring it to that level where it's like, yeah, that's right. So, mhm. Tell me what you think so far. If it's something you're willing to try. This love food, by the way, family, is vegetable pasta with coconut, lemon pepper from Vinci Fresh as a marinade for the vegetables. And I didn't put any lentils in this one. I prefer the red lentils. I didn't boil any ahead of time. They cook pretty fast though, but this was a last minute kind of thought. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. I've been sitting it for a while with that kind of vibe. You know, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do this. Anyhow, so when the little ones come over, the more they got a little surprise. You know what I'm saying? They absolutely love it. So just gonna mix this cheese in now. Just a little bit, not too much. Like I said, I gotta mix it again with the sauce. Do that. But give me your thoughts. What do you think so far? Is this something you're willing to try? Let us know. Let us know. No meat, strictly vegetables, all vegetables. But that's not an indictment. If you want, if I saute the vegetables, you can kind of pre-cook some chicken breast tenders, chop it up into little squares or strips, and then you could saute that with the vegetables. So you pre-cook it. Then you take it off, you marinate it in the sauce. You could you could pre-cook it, then you marinate the sauce, then you could stir fry that with the veg, and you could add that at that point. Fish, chicken, whatever you prefer. Just prefer veg. That's all it is. That's a preference. So give me your thoughts so far. This is what we're looking like. This is what we're looking like right here. I'm going to check on the sauce. Sauce, by the way, is looking lovely, man. It's almost at that stage where, yeah, it's almost at that stage. Lovely, lovely. I'm gonna go ahead. Well, Alfredo's a thing that you don't want to heat too long, and then it starts to break down in terms of how it is. So I want to make sure the sauce is just right first. So when I add the Alfredo, I'm only leaving it on maybe 4 or 5 minutes, maybe, just to bring a little heat to it, then add it to what's going on here. So wash my hands. All right. That is it right there for terms of sauce. Now, basically, I do the same thing with the Alfredo. This one comes in a glass jar as well. I just take some water to the kettle. Not much because it already gets kind of liquid, but I don't want it too watery. The Alfredo, you might need to put the lid on. It's not like it's kind of cheap in it. Trying to get every drop out the bottle, right? But I gotta add, like I said, I gotta add water anyhow. Why not just add the mixture the two, you know? Okay, there you go. And like I said, if it's a glass jar, you can save it to store stuff in it. So, you try to avoid the canned stuff. I mean, do what you can, like I said, best you can. No pun intended. Right. So far, so good. All right, family. We on the last lap now. Home stretch, literally the home stretch. Give us your thoughts. Thanks for sharing your time with us, your energy, your synergy. Sorry I couldn't get to the comments as much because, like I said, I'm in the kitchen and that would be insight on the system. I'm here trying something different. You can see, and what time is it? Yeah, okay. How long we been on here, family? Hour and a half? Well, yeah, this hopefully Pedro don't take 2 hours. It should take 2 hours. We almost there now. We almost there. We gotta add sauce and yeah, get it right. I can see like the product stuff here. All right, family. So that's basically it. Start to plan for yourself and your family how we gonna move forward. in terms of self-sufficiency. You know, to see what the government is doing. I mean, if you could fast forward right now, 10 years, put a new government in place, I am almost absolutely 100% certain, unless we the people took charge of the system, that we'd be in the exact same position, blaming whoever's there then for all the excessive borrowing, because, you know, they still got the debt from the last borrowers to pay back before they could even get into their own financial um, debt. And so it won't just disappear. Let's not be delusional to think that anybody who's coming doing the same thing will have a different result. Like, especially kind of crazy, man, really. Right. So what I'm going to encourage you to do, start making a plan for you and your family. Shout out to the whole Fed community. Shout out to Barbados National Congress. Shout out to the whole region, the affiliates. Now, I might have put a little too much water. So what I'm going to do is try to add volume to the sauce. So what I do sometimes is put a little flaxseed in the sauce. I was looking for the nutmeg, but I don't have any more nutmeg. Like nutmeg scarce or something, because I can't find any. Not sure what's going on with the nutmeg, but nutmeg like it gone scarce too. So if it ain't one thing, it's another. I got to add some wheat flour or some teff to the sauce. So I'm gonna add some teff. Y'all might not know what that is. I don't know. But give me a second. Find it. Yeah, find it. Yeah. I don't have. I don't have any. That is unheard of. Oh, I'm about to say. Oh, I'm about to say because that'd be unheard of. I mean, I could use the red quinoa as well, but quinoa cooks very fast. I put it in that sauce right now. This is going to swell up and take body. But teff is also a grain, but it's a smaller grain, which means it cooks even faster. So to absorb some of the water and give a bit more volume to it and put a bit more fiber in the food, I'm gonna add some teff to it. So this is a way to thicken your sauce if you're doing sauces and it gets a little carried away, you know, trying to shake the jars. This is a good thing to do. Plus teff, I love teff. It's amazing, tastes delicious. It's a grain from Ethiopia. I think it's the smallest grain in the world. I don't know if y'all can see, but it's really, really small. I want to put some here. I want to put some to give it some body. But I just need a little body, a little bit more girth. Give me a second. If I had some couscous, I would also put some couscous, which is the easiest thing to do because it automatically absorbs one thing. So, but usually I put the teff in the sauce when I'm doing red lentils. So I mix teff with red lentils and a bunch of other peas normally. And so you kind of mix this stuff here with this stuff here, and with the same veg and stuff, and that's your stew you put next to the rice. So again, if you don't want to use meat, I mean, there's alternative stuff you can use. It's very delicious, very nutritious. And at 52 years old, I ain't asking you. I'm telling you, man, it's good for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. So basically, we at the stage where we're almost finished. I'll have to sit there for a few minutes. I'm gonna start doing my cleanup. Like I said, I don't like working around mess. So normally I have a bag on the side to collect the stuff. I compost stuff. I put one side because I do have a compost outside. So I left it usually in another bowl I have here, but I'll transfer it to the bag, take downstairs in the morning. So I just bag it up really quick. But just trying to bring some order to the kitchen real quick. Get some order. Yeah. Yep. Oh man, this right here. Put that in the fridge. Right. All right, family. This looks like it's ready. Yep. Let's turn it on. The sauce is bubbling hot, bubbling. So you can imagine when I pour this in here now, like I said, the heat from the sauce is going to pretty much finish cook everything that's in the pot and sort it out. Then I'll put the lid on, even a little crack to let some of the steam out because I really don't want to overcook it. Like I said earlier, that's why I undercook it. So let's go. What the sauce looks like. Remember, it was a red sauce before. Now I add the other stuff, the rosé, the Alfredo comes out like a rosé sauce. This stuff is very delicious. So what I do for a while, I let the bubbles stop for a while, let it stop bubbling before I just go pouring it in one time. Because like I said, that's going to just heat and just infuse everything with flavor. Like, yeah, yeah. So again, thanks for staying up. Thanks for staying on. It's like 11:30 or something. That's going to wrap up shortly. If you was interested in this little cook demonstration, I don't know. Let me know what we could do. Supposed to get Bishai. Shout out to Bishai, by the way, on the Agriculture Tuesdays. We're gonna get it going. We're gonna get it going. So as you see now, it's not bubbling as much. See, there you go. Basically, I'm gonna go to one side, just pour it slowly so it doesn't splash upon you. Pour it, get everything out of here. Okay, all those other tomatoes and stuff. Now, like I said, the reason I pour it on one side is so basically I'm gonna pull from the bottom all across so it spreads across the bottom first, and then I'm gonna lift it and bring to the top. So I'm gonna turn what's at the bottom to the top. That's what we're looking like right here. It's what we're looking like right here. That's what's up right there. Look. Now, man. Now, I know you don't have the technology to smell this already, right? About to smell it through the system. But, take a deep breath, family. Oh, man. Lemon pepper marinade. Now, I didn't use a whole lot because I didn't know how peppery it was. There's a gauge to the side of the bottle that tells you how medium hot or, run to the kitchen sink, kind of hot. But I didn't check the gauge, so I just use a little and figure I'd give it a try first, see what's up. But based on how this is smelling right now, mix up, I could tell that this right here is what's up, family. So that's what's up right there. Live and direct. Live and direct. All right, family. So y'all see what's going on in the kitchen right there. I think it's pretty much a done deal. You can tell me if you like it, what you think about it. I don't know. Yeah, I can see the comments now clearly. The rain is gone. Yeah. Monica said, "What's cooking?" Yeah, Monica did some vegetable pasta. See how it turned out. Sean said he got nutmeg, but can't give you. Barbara is too far in debt. Yeah, listen, man. Barbara was in debt from the time we accept independence. Independence came with debt. It didn't come free. In fact, it didn't come with a check. It came with a loan. And we've been paying it ever since, man. So, like I said, I want to thank the family for staying up, staying tuned. Sexy D, I see you was here early out, man. Wendell, I see you too. Tim, good night. Good night to you too, man. Mr. Maycock, I see you too. Sir Alfred, greetings to you too. Yo, I must be cold up your side because the people in New York are telling me it's mad cold. So I can only imagine how much more colder Canada is right now, man. Pedro, I see you too, family. Greetings, greetings. Tim, you're being funny, right? Micah Conkey. I wouldn't even know where to start. I would have to check a YouTube tutorial and see what's going on with that, man. Definitely shout out to Telma. I see you too, Telma. Amira, I see you too, family. Shout out to the whole family in Trinidad. I tell you. Okay. I see you too, Empress. Kelly, I see you. Celtic salt, but I don't know that one. You may gotta send me some of that from Trinidad, family. I see you too, Kathy. Amira, nice. Yes, great. Enjoy it. I see you too, man. I see you. Shout out to Jack. Shout out to Jack in the building. That food, man. I'm telling you, man, I could smell it if you all only knew. Sean said you can't even find chicken. Look here, family. Motley, let's just say, Motley gave the said Chris an economic job. Well, I mean, if you want somebody to blame, you know who to go to. I mean, that was an easy choice. I like this one, Sean. It doesn't matter, I guess, who is in power. The lenders want their money. Straight up, man. Shout out to the family all the way in, well, USA. Shout out to all my New York family, man. Y'all know who y'all be. But Gina, it's good to see you. It is good to see you. Been a minute, long time family. It's that time of year. When you get a chance, shout me forward. Maria, what's up, man? What you cooking, Maria? I cooking up a storm. Anyhow, family, it's late. You're making pastor can't read comments at moment. Nah, boy, you got to keep an eye on that stove. Straight up. How you know it's a good, Tim? A pastor would turn into splabber. Once you know, Empress, once you know, I ain't got a thing to tell you, man. Before independence, all the English islands, the West Indies, the currency was not dollars. It was and should have remained the pound. You see what I'm saying? People know what's going on, family. All governments take money. They only say that. Remember, Small leave office, she ain't gonna be no different to who came before her, man. And who come afterwards ain't gonna be no different to who come after them. No government have lasted more than the terms of OINAFA. And that who knows how that worked out and why it worked out, because they all get voted out ultimately. And the last set was embarrassingly so twice, not even once. So we'll see what the others plan to do. I mean, they talk and they talk, but in politics, that's all it is. Just talk the talk. You ain't got to do nothing. We see that. Work with those who working, man. So you can't share the food via the screen. I got you covered, man. So like I said, it sounds like you and my grand kitchen. Listen, real thing. I always thought about opening a restaurant and naming it Aunt Rose Kitchen. Like I actually thought about that because she was just amazing when it comes to food. I don't know how she did it. She just would do it. Things I saw her do, she was just good, period. So shout out to Aunt Rose, the whole family, the whole clan, everyone. Y'all know who you be. I be seeing y'all duck in and duck out. It's all love, man. Know that it's all love, man. We regardless. You know what I mean? One order, straight up. Anyhow, family, that's it. It may not look like much, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's my vegetable pasta, full stop. Tomorrow I bring home some avocado, maybe put on the side and make a day of it. But yeah. Anyhow, that's what it looks like when it's finished. I don't know if that camera quality really brings out the colors in it, because the colors are way more vibrant than that, but hey, what you can do. Anyhow, family, give thanks for taking the time to join us tonight. It was great to me, a little different, but like I said, we just had a conversation, man. Pay attention to children at school. Start sending school lunch. Stop letting the children bite chips all day long, every day. Start making sandwiches. Try something a little different. Of course, they may not like it, but just try something different. Let's see if we can come up with some creative ideas on how to prepare children's lunch so that they find the food interesting. Because what the schools are serving, listen, man, don't believe the hype. Ask your children what they serve at school. What most children buying. And don't tell me you only serve what the children want, because if you only had certain things, they wouldn't have a choice. Just saying. So we're teaching, so let's teach as best we can, right? Having said that, I not even got the kitchen tune. Which one I got for the kitchen? I didn't even know which one I got they could drop for the kitchen. Oh, you know what? Let me just play this one thing before I go. This is one video before I go, because I know that they had this thing recently in COP 29. We talk money, right? And let me get the one with India. Because I think India said it best. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Hang on. Here you go. Give thanks. Yeah, give thanks. Let me just share this real quick before I leave out. In case y'all might have missed this. I don't know if y'all missed this one, but they had COP 26 recently. Sorry, 29 recently. Big thing. I've always, it's this whole climate financial deal. India calls it an optical illusion because of how they dealt with it. Let me just give you a little update on what's going on internationally, right? Check this out.
India does not accept the goal proposal in its present form. Developed countries, I regret to say that this document is nothing more than an optical illusion. This, in our opinion, will not address the enormity of the challenge we all face. Therefore, we oppose the adoption of this document. We oppose the adoption of this document. India opposes the adoption of this document.
India on Sunday rejected the climate finance deal, which has been agreed upon and adopted by the United Nations COP29 summit taking place in Azerbaijan's capital Baku, though the objection was raised post the deal had been adopted. Indian delegation representative Chandni Raina, while expressing disappointment over the outcome, said, and I quote, "We are disappointed in the outcome, which clearly brings out the unwillingness of the developed country parties to fulfill their responsibilities." She also blasted the Azerbaijan host for hurriedly gabbling through a contentious climate finance plan on Sunday at the COP29 climate negotiations. She told the plenary that India had requested to make a statement before the deal was adopted. Here is what she said.
This has been an unfortunate incident.
Listen,
And
listen.
it is in continuation of several such unfortunate incidents that we have seen of in not following inclusivity, not respecting the positions of countries. We had informed the presidency, we had informed the secretariat that we wanted to make a statement prior to any decision on the adoption. However, and this is for everyone to see, this has been stage managed. And we are extremely, extremely disappointed with this incident.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Go watch the rest of that video. If you haven't seen it thus far, you can go actually, and there's a bunch of stuff on what happened. I don't know if anybody from Barbados came back and said anything, but apparently, right, it was on and popping. A lot of folks was not happy, and they voiced that. So I'm not sure what Miss Motley did or did not do, or Prime Servant, because, you know, she usually very vocal about stuff. Let's find out if she want to touch on this, because they offered, in fact, how much they offered? I think they offered 330 billion or something like that. Yeah, to serve all the developing nations. India was like, nah, y'all playing around, man. India, look, one thing about India right now, right? India is not afraid. I wonder why. I wonder why, family. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of time. Anyhow, that's it for now. Like I said, by the way, I got some of the technical difficulties sorted out a bit. Thanks to all those who contributed towards helping with that endeavor. Shout out to Kev, shout out to Tim, my IT specialist here and abroad. And give thanks for the advice. Like I said, it has worked better. It's better than it was. Still not 100%, but better. So we're getting there. We're getting there. So again, I give thanks to all those who was part of that Make This Right initiative. So you all have a great night. Like I said, I don't really have the tune. You know what I'm saying? I love music, food music. You know, I look for let me try to find one. Try a thing and see what come up, man. I don't know what I could get now. What sort of food? I like this tune here, so I can try a thing. I can rest at this. I can rest at this one, right? Hold on. Let me share this screen instead. Share this one instead.
Above all the good things of the world, health is the divine gift to be found by those who take care to guard it well.
Thanks, family. At least that's one person balance.
It's a food. Me food from first. All them my pop one, up one. Say them wicked and them tough. Me food from first. Heads up, states and my people. Maybe I'm gonna please listen up. Oh, if you wear the best and I eat the worst, consuming beer, starch and poison and pus. Mother Earth bushy, so me weed her up. When me jam the fat, that means she just get bust. Rock and pushy now, the killer with what. Me so me sweet and get me product, me not just Monsanto. Me food come first.
First, man. First.
Me food and me madness and me food. Me food come first. All them my pop and a pop and talk about the money. Look how the dogs and the crooks say ask all them a bust. They want a mash it and a fat make work bust them shut. I talk about what's nice and that's delicious. Aside the nation so diabetic and cancerous. Me food come first. Me food and me food and me food. Aye, me food come first. All them my pop and a pop and say them wicked and I me say you black woman I mean the love for no one. Dash with the nails and stop talk about on the sun. On the not plant no bean, on the not plant no can. Before I see it is destroyed, it is there. On the one, me food come first. All them my pop and a pop and say them wicked and them talk but me food come first. Them state and my people, me beg no please this. What are we been on the morning and the nashing and sweet? We not
plant some okras, family.
That's why
cucumbers.
no wait on the pharmacist or the doctor seal. Be careful what you're taking for your meal. And what's the problem in the equation? I just simple maths for us to overstand. If you eat your bitch, you are go in a deep pan. Then boom, bang, bang, you end up in a river.
Do some sauteed breadfruit, man, and see what happens. Season it like it was fish, man. We continue, family. Have an upful and joyful rest. See y'all first light.
Shoes by your feet, your cologne smell sweet, and you carry unique. Would you show water in a the tank or your cheek? No dig your grave with your teeth. Respect what you eat. God life is sweet. Make food come first. All them my pop and a bump and say them wicked and them tough, but me food come first. Heads of state, my people, me beg you no please listen up. Oh, if we wear the vest and I eat the worst, consume me pay starch and poison and pus. Mother earth bushy bushy, so me weed her up. When me jam me part that mean she just get bust. Me say me rock and push in, I woulda kill her with what me so me see and get me product, it not just my